For as long as I can remember, I've dreamed of visiting one place, Yakushima. A small island off Japan's southern coast, covered in ancient forest and constant rain. Some call it the Alps in the ocean, and others know it as the island that inspired Princess Mononoke. My brother and I finally made it here, with 4 days to explore. We were midway through our road trip across southern Japan when we took the ferry from Kagoshima, and 2 hours later the island finally appeared out of the fog. The first thing we did, obviously, was eat. We found a tiny local cafe near the port serving Japanese curry, and at this point, I'm not gonna lie, it has become a favorite meal. Then we hit the mountain road, famous for its wild deer and Yaku macaques. These animals actually outnumber the people here, and within minutes we were completely surrounded by them. Most were calm and curious, except one macaque that literally tried to open our car door. On the way back, something beautiful happened.
It's only been a few hours since we arrived in Yakushima Island, the island where Miyazaki got his inspiration from for Princess Mononoke, and something magical just happened. We were driving on these tiny roads when a little baby deer just came out of nowhere, just on the side of the road, and he looked at us, we looked at him, and it lasted probably like 2-3 minutes. It was an amazing moment, and I think it's one of my favorite pictures from the trip already. So yeah, check it out.
After that unforgettable encounter, we checked in our Airbnb, a small wooden house with an ocean view from the porch. Later in the afternoon, we went for a swim at a beach that looked unreal. Clear water, white sand, and not a single person inside. We ended the day at a small restaurant called Cedars. They served local sashimi and it tasted amazing. It hadn't even been 24 hours on the island, and Yakushima already felt like one of those places that stays with you. The kind of places that slows you down and makes you wish you had discovered this place earlier.
Alright guys, this is day 2 in Yakushima Island, and listen to the forest.
Day 2 started early. The plan hiked through the forest that inspired Princess Mononoke. We left the house before sunrise and drove for about 25 minutes to Shiratani Unsuikyo, one of Yakushima's most famous trails. It's home to ancient cedar trees called Yakusugi that have been growing for more than 1,000 years. We took the Taikoiwa trail, a 5.6 kilometer loop winding through mossy roots, wooden bridges and clear streams. At first, it was completely quiet, just the sound of the river below. Then, on one of the bridges, we met a few macaques sitting right in the middle of the path. The deeper we went, the more it felt like stepping inside the movie itself. Everything was covered in green, glowing in the soft morning light. And at the top, a massive granite rock called Taikoiwa that opened up to a beautiful panoramic view over the island. On the way down, we crossed paths with other hikers, mostly Japanese travelers. Some were visiting for the first time, and others had moved to Yakushima for work. One woman we met was a nurse staying here for a few months. Back in town, we ended up having the same Japanese curry again. At this point, it's just a habit.
Alright guys, we are going to one of the most beautiful waterfalls of Japan. Let's go!
Our last stop of the day, Ōko Falls, and once again, we were completely alone.
I'm gonna try to go all the way to the rock up there. So my brother can take some very sick shots of me with a waterfall behind it.
But this, my friends, was only a preview of what was coming next.
Yo, it is day 3 in Yakushima Island here in Japan, and today we hiked one of the oldest trees of the earth, which is estimated to be around 7,200 years old.
We woke up early again and drove to the parking area where the bus takes you to the start of the trail. The Arakawa trailhead is only accessible by shuttle and you have to buy a ticket in advance, plus a small donation that helps protect the island's forest. The bus dropped us off just after sunrise, and that's when we met a French couple, Amanda and Clément, who'd been backpacking around Japan for around 2 months. And we ended up doing the whole hike together. The trail to Jōmon Sugi is long, around 25 kilometers round trip, with nearly 1,000 meters of elevation gain. It starts gently, following an old railway line once used to transport logs through the forest, and as we climbed higher, the path grew steeper and greener. Some of these Yakusugi trees have been standing here for thousands of years.
Alright guys, first up, Wilson's Stump. Let's go.
Halfway through, we reach Wilston Stump, the remains of a giant cedar cut down centuries ago. Inside, the trunk forms a heart shape when you look up from the right angle. It looked beautiful and unique. We kept going until the forest suddenly opened up. And there it was, Jōmon Sugi. Massive, ancient, almost unreal. Scientists believe it's between 2,000 and 7,000 years old. We sat nearby and opened up the bentos we'd packed the day before, and let me tell you, it tastes incredible after a long hike. On the way down, we dipped our legs in the icy water to cool off from the summer heat, and we even spotted a few macaques again along the trail. Nine hours later, we were back at the bus stop, exhausted but happy. Later, my brother and I tried flying fish, one of Yakushima's specialties that we had been waiting to try. I loved it and it was very tasty. The perfect end to a perfect day.
What's up guys, it is the last day in Yakushima Island. We're a little bit sad to be going, but I mean, we've had some really great weather, we're really grateful for that. No rain, people were very nice here, very kind. We've had some nice encounters and conversations, and I mean the places in the island were absolutely mind-blowing and amazing. So yeah, we can't wait to come back one day. We're gonna go now check out one of our favorite beaches again before returning the car, heading to Kagoshima with a ferry, and then going to Miyazaki by car to continue the rest of our trip in Kyushu Island.
Our last day came faster than we expected. We didn't have much time before the ferry, but there was one last spot we wanted to see.
Alright guys, going to Iso Beach again, and this time we're gonna go check out a torii that we saw was beneath the mountain in a sort of cave. So let's see if it's worth it, if it's beautiful or not, but it seems pretty good, yeah.
We parked the car, grabbed the cameras, and ran down the trail. The shrine was simple but beautiful, hidden from everything. We stayed there for a while, looking at the view one last time before heading back. And that was it. Our time in Yakushima had come to an end. 4 days filled with forest, ancient trees, wild deers and macaques, and new friendships. I really hope you enjoyed the video. It's actually my first YouTube cinematic vlog, so I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. And of course, I'll list all the locations from this trip in the description as well, so make sure to check it out. Yakushima was absolutely magical and I can't wait to come back one day. Peace!